as with Prime, because their consistency could be pivotal for both of these teams.
That's the exact word, consistency. That's what we're looking for players and teams in general. We talked about that in APAC. We have a fully consistent team. That's what we're looking for, one rating for everybody. We have our map pick and ban ready for you guys. So let's take a look at which map we're going to go to. Navi will have the last ban in Clubhouse, and we'll go to Consulate, finally, some sort of variety. This thing Clubhouse all the time. Though, short on time, I just want quick synopsis and scores. Des, go.
Consulate twice came out for Chaos. One really good result, one draw. Is the third game going to be a win? I don't know. I probably think Navi's taking this game, though.
Yeah, I'm going to agree. I'm going to put it as 7-5, though, if Chaos can play how they did before.
All right. Do we have our socials ready? We can show them and see which spot we're going to go for here. Maybe people can tell us what they prefer. Yes, they are ready. 74% onto Chaos, 20% for Navi. That's Katya there. Right. She's repping
I'm
Chaos
getting
for this
straight
one.
onto the Twitter because that feels balmy. I'm not going to lie.
All right. In the meantime, Des, you better go to Twitter. We're going to go to game. Justin, have all yours. Go.
Thank you, Milos. And we are going to be seeing a tango, a very aggressive tango as that. On Consulate, hello, Jess.
Hello.
Hello. There we go.
Can you do it? You got to do the Australian accent. Hello.
No, I just learned how to say free, okay? I literally just learned how to say it. So, I mean, I need some extra time to get your hello in, all right? I took my break.
Bless.
I took my break to learn how to say free, so that's
you know you're still not saying it.
I know, I'm still not saying it, but they said this was closer than the 3 I usually did, so.
Improvement, and that's what we're looking for Chaos here to show us today, because their last showing on Consulate wasn't great, so hopefully they can do a little bit better, because if you let Consulate slip through, you better hope that Navi are not going to run you down on it. Navi will start on attack, and I don't know what you think, Hap, but I think recently I felt like Consulate's a little bit more attacking sided, and I don't know if it's just the teams or the way that the meta's shaping, but are you feeling the same?
Yeah, and I think the Echo ban is somewhat of a benefactor of that as well. Like, often yokais do get played on this map especially. Now you don't have to really deal with that, and it allows you to be a bit more flexible. Also, of course, the Amaru coming into change, which makes the top floor suddenly a lot more attackable, just coming in through the hatch, smoking everything off, and just getting that plan down.
Well, we'll see a Capitao and a Thatcher banned out. Pretty typical bans for Consulate, and for most teams as a whole. We've seen a lot of Wamai ban coming out from BDS, and it looks like Navi want to replicate that themselves, and we'll see whether or not Chaos keeps the mirror in, because they do have a mirror player, or if they get that out, and they will. So we might see some mirror plays as well, especially on the downstairs floor.
Yeah, like mirror, I hate to say it, but I think like this is the map where we would see the least amount of play for mirror to come in. The downstairs, definitely you can. It certainly makes Penthouse like a site worth considering in some crazy mind.
Maybe. No, you are right. And look, I've seen some mirror play up in admin to be able to hold top floor when they go that split site over in archives. So I've seen a bit of mirror play, right? Like it's quite a popular, I guess, defender, and they're going downstairs first. I expected this. I expected them to bring the mirror, go downstairs, so called it.
Well, we're gonna see how it works out. I really love to see some of the adaptations we had before, like the mirror watching the Visa stairs from besides white. Not sure which team brought that first anymore, but it was definitely refreshing to see.
Oh no.
What? Yeah,
oh, no.
Is this what I think it is? No, it's just a sound, it looks like. Or
no.
They're leaving that open. Chaos? Okay.
Oh, okay. Alright. I almost thought it was the G2 garage wall strap.
You go to aggressive.
Do you remember
guys,
that?
But,
that was wild.
The one thing that stands out to me with Mira was, I believe it was FaZe, back when Mira was first introduced, where they put the mirror onto the middle wall, onto standing height. They shot it open and went right behind the white fan on like an angle, and they managed to just throw through that C4 through the mirror window and take down the Termite as he was placing his exothermic. I think that was like the most crazy play I've ever seen back then. So,
well, we'll see whether or not that mirror window pays dividends or not. It can be shot from Piano quite easily, and Doki will make his way in through admin very quickly. He's the Amaru. He can grapple hook his way up in split seconds. And, well, this is a bit of a extended hold, but on a horizontal level here for Chaos. And Na'Vi know now that they can move down quite quickly. They'll have to start getting some vertical control to open that mirror, but whether or not it detracts from their attack and being able to open the wall, maybe they want to leave it closed for a little bit first.
Yeah, definitely, son. I think this is, by the way, the second point where Amaru really stands out. And like the first one is obvious, especially on this map, when it seems to be the top floor side console meeting, you often see Amaru going through the hatch and just trying to go for a plan there. But this is the second way to do it. Just take some quick top floor control, instantly clear out the roamers, and be in a place where people do not expect you. And well, Doki will be taking down Renils quickly, as most likely there was little to no information on his position. Of course, it wasn't in like the first 20-30 seconds, which is a logical thing to assume with an Amaru, but he still managed to get himself somewhere unexpected, get the kill, and start things off positively.
Now, if our beautiful observer could show me if there's a mirror in bathroom or not. Did he place that there? No, he didn't. So what's he doing playing there so aggressively? Blows my mind. He put one on the wall, and that gets popped, of course, and then one, of course, in security, so that makes sense. Really curious as to why he was playing up there. No real need when he didn't have any intel and that wall was wide open, but nonetheless, they'll start making work on the piano floor, and they're going up against one whole mirror, and they don't have a Hibana to deal with it either, so this could be very dangerous. They see the muzzle. Crime will give away his position, and Air Jab will shoot him through the wall, and Vito, the perfect crossfire to help his teammate out. But he'll go down as well.
It was such a beautiful thing. It was being baited right there, just showing that suppressor, trying to get them in. The air jab then showing up, however, not able to get the kill out of it eventually. See Crying right here, trying to challenge, will be able to drop the diffuser, get the second kill to Panics as well. And, well, he thought for a second to pick up Chate there, but he's not really too sure about it now. As Doki and Nello are the last ones remaining. They're both top floor here. Chate will bleed out, and that means we're in a 2-on-2. 20-second situation here. We're counting down slowly. Bit of a pre-fire coming down. It's maybe a little bit of a fat finger right there to use that sledgehammer, but it's a one-on-one situation. Grenade being tossed in, but Brian gets the kill. Grenade was too short anyway, and that means Chaos will win round number 1, even though the early entry of Doki, as that did not seem to happen or matter in the end.
I was so concerned that they would miss out on denying that default plant because the smokes were a little bit hit and miss and the wall was still electrified. So if you throw the smoke too far, it will be destroyed by the electrification. And if you throw it too short, it's going to miss its mark. So Cryan really had to take, I guess, a lot of the role there of going, well, I need to be prepared to deny this. And of course, we've got a little bit of a rehost here, so we're just going to get all the players to go out and back in, and hopefully Saves, you know, he's sitting in Macca's car park trying to run his Wi-Fi off there. He needs to, I don't know, do you guys have a Mac? Okay, I realize I'm Australian. Macca's in my country means McDonald's. You probably have no idea what I just said.
No, I was aware of Macca's.
There's a joke in Australia that if your Wi-Fi, your internet is, having bad ping.
McDonald's Wi-Fi.
Right, then you're on McDonald's Wi-Fi. So hopefully Saves, heads home because things are not working out for him.
You could have his Saves. Don't eat all these Big Macs and stuff like that. Just go home, dude.
Chicken nuggets, man.
How many can you eat?
You know, they've got these 20 packs of chicken McNuggets now.
Yeah, I know.
And I think to be able to get through 20, Oh, really?
Yeah,
wow,
I think a couple of years
all right,
now.
you guys are spoiled. Okay, no problems. Anyway, I think I could get through 20, but I need to be prepared.
As amateur numbers, just 20. I know people who can do 60 or 80 chicken nuggets without
disgusting.
Any issue. Yeah, I don't approve it either, but people can do it. Anyway, we have some downtime right now, so we can choose. Either you teach me how to say free properly, or you teach me how to say hello.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's not a lot to analyze so far in the match, right?
No.
So we're going to take this time. I used to teach at a university. I also used to teach advanced English. So we're going to help have
this is just a
say the word
day right
three.
Now. Yeah.
Th. So start off with the th. You got to run your tongue down your front teeth.
Okay, so
th.
The thing is, we've been around, right? Dutch is a very rolling R. So like we roll with everything. So
no, give it up.
I know.
Give it up.
I don't know how.
Ready?
That's the thing.
With the th. Three. As in like re.
So three.
Yeah, but
Three.
like
All right,
fuse it
quicker,
together.
so three.
Yeah.
A bit like that. I don't know. Let's go to the hello.
Oh no.
We'll need some
Okay.
extra time for the three, like later on. Three.
I think we'll give it another go another day. At least he's starting off baby steps.
Yeah.
Of course. How do you say three in Dutch?
Drie. Drie. Like, just drie.
No wonder you say
Just a
three the
read.
way you say it.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like I
Wow.
can't. It's just
It's too hard for you.
it's too hard for me, for
That's
my
all right.
little
Well,
pathetic brain.
We will try and analyze something, and I'm just looking down at my very bare paper at the moment going, there hasn't been much
What
in the
does it
match so
say?
far before the rehost. It said mirror on garage wall ? G2 strat haha.
And then it wasn't the G2 strat, so basically that point's void as well.
I
Alright.
swear I'm a good analyst. I swear. Like somewhere in here is the things that you need, but you've really like thrown me off by not being able to say three.
Three.
Look at that. There's one. So you can say one. One kill.
That's one kill
One,
coming
and
in
then-
right here from Crying as he goes in
Then
for the
two.
second. Beautiful headshot, the two-word kill. There we go.
Okay, and then three.
Three.
Yes, you
There we
did
go.
it! You said three perfectly, dude.
Three.
Oh my god, I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
What a way to end the EU Playday with Hap learning how to do three and Crying getting off the bottom of the leaderboard. What a day. Wow.
Whilst picking up 3 kills.
Did he pick up 3 kills?
He got 3 kills. Yeah, 3 kills. 3 kills.
You're saying it so perfectly. I am honestly so proud of you.
Thank you.
Like seriously. Wow.
What's up
We should
next?
all be proud of each other.
Dictionary.
It's going on
Which
Twitter.
word? It probably will be. I mean, they were asking for memes, so we're trying to make them right here. So
We are trying to. If you're wondering why we're just talking a load of bollocks at the moment, it's because in
Bruno
our
asked us to.
downtimes, I'm pretty sure production is like praying that we just make memes for them, because the more content that they have of us doing really silly things, that the better it is for them at the end of the season to absolutely rip us apart, VOD
clipped it.
after
All
VOD.
right.
And I'm being told as well, they're clipping everything we're doing here right
Yeah.
now, including Hap not able to say 3. And as someone who is a non-native English speaker, I am very impressed with your English so far. And anyone who
Thank you.
doubts your English ability should absolutely go and learn another language. I've tried to learn German. My German's very bad. Es tut mir leid. Mein
Ich
Deutsch
spreche
ist schlecht.
Deutsch.
Ja, ein bisschen, aber es ist schlecht.
Okay.
Cool, huh? I'm sure there's
Cool.
some German
Very
speakers
cool.
in chat who's just going to laugh at me.
Maybe.
Sorry.
There might be. The issue is, right, I can understand it perfectly fine, but when I have to make my own sentences, the words that just don't pop up in my head. Right? But I can speak back, but not like...
There is one more thing I want to bring up, all right?
All right.
And, you know, we got Navi, who last Playday, they had a couple of jokes, and then we're coming into this Playday. I'm going to do this on their behalf.
Okay.
Beans on toast. I don't like beans, but I love the stuff that's around the beans. So I'm a fence sitter here. What do you think as a Dutchman?
No.
No.
Sorry.
Beans on toast,
I'm
no?
more of a stroopwafel kind of guy.
I don't even know what that is. I have.
You were in the Netherlands. I don't know who showed you around, but if that person did not give you stroopwafels or stroopwafels in Dutch, then I don't know. It's like a waffle, right? With like a syrupy, but it's not really syrup. It's like, it's stroop, as we call it. It would probably be best translated as syrup. It's like syrupy waffles.
Okay.
If you have them hot and fresh from like the local stroopwafel guy, dude, that's just heaven. Heaven.
Look, I lived
Absolutely.
in Germany and I was a currywurst fan through and through. I love local food, so it's good that we're learning
You know
things
what's
here.
sad? That like when I
What?
went to Hamburg for the Allied qualifiers, I really wanted to get some currywurst, but I could not find it anywhere. Nowhere. Like I was just
What?
getting out of every single station I was. I'm like, currywurst? Like, yeah, like, you know,
You had to
2
go to
kilometers
Berlin.
that way. I wasn't in Berlin. I had to go to Hamburg. So I went from Osnabrück to Berlin. So. Unlucky.
Not good enough.
No.
It is unlucky because currywurst is the best, and the best I've ever had in the world was in Berlin.
I had a good
So, shout
hamburger
out
in
to,
Hamburg though. So I mean,
You know, I
at least
used to
get
live in
that.
both Berlin and Hamburg, and I went to a hamburger place and was not impressed. You know, they call the people there hamburgers.
I know they call the people hamburger. That's
And then there's
not the
Berliners.
edible ones.
No.
I mean, a Berliner. We also have like a snack in Dutch. I don't know if it's like a worldwide thing, but we have like a Berliner thing. I don't know if it's like everywhere else as well, but
Is it a
It's just-
donut? Because in German, that's a donut.
Yeah, it's a donut. A sort of
Nice.
donut. Not
There
really
we
the
go.
normal donut with the hole in it, but like different, bit different.
Well, all right, let's bring it back to Siege related a little bit more. We have gone so far away from Siege, and of course, we're just waiting for everyone to connect back. And I think all of the.
I mean, what happened? Doki went in, he got a kill on Tamira, and Crying then went ham and showed why he is a CL killer. But then in Pro League now, or European League.
This is such a daft reference that we're attempting to make between these players, and I think, given what I'm hearing, very possibly the players are loading in to
Go
the lobby
back.
at current, and we will finally get back, and you won't have to listen to us talk about absolute ridiculousness. But we're back, second round. Not a lot
This
to
is
analyze,
Cold
so that's
Waffle.
why you heard about it. Seems good, right? Good to hear.
I said,
Saves
can
may
you-
now
can you
have
say stroopwafel?
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, like
strip waffle.
stroopwafel.
No, I can't do it.
See, Dutch is hard. All right, like it's harder
Yeah,
than free.
dankjewel.
No, that's I understood what you said. Let's keep it
Thank
like
you.
that. All right.
Well, we'll start
Okay.
upstairs here for Chaos. They won downstairs pretty definitively, and that all came off the back of Crying by the looks of it. He has all of his kills reset, but I'll trust Hap. He said he got 3 kills, so I'll run with that. And
Brian actually got 4
Now we'll
according
see.
to the players.
whoa, back it up. There we go. Almost an ace, denied by whichever player it was.
Seconds left before insertion.
They're going to reinforce the hatch there. You don't want to know why? Because Doki took Amaru last round, expecting them to go upstairs, and very likely he was going to shoot up the hatch. And, well, they know now that they're definitely going to be upstairs for sure. This run out, that's a very risky one. And almost everyone's spawn peeking from Chaos.
Like, what if Vito just runs out, right, to try and bait them to quickly push, so his teammate Renewals on the actual window was going to be able to get that kill? That would have been something. But everybody with Navi still alive, or NA hashtag 39V. That's their new name now.
Well, a good use of the air jab will stop anyone running out from lobby, and it's very likely they might put one around yellow window as well, as it looks like they'll do an assault onto B-bomb. They'll need yellow stairs control as well, and they've opened up all the way of the middle of connector, which can be very bad for defenders often, so you don't often see that configuration in connector, but they're hoping that that plays into their strengths a little bit more. And this is where the yellow stairs take will happen. One grenade will rain down, get rid of the Go-Yo shield, and now it'll be all up to displacing Renaults. Saves will get Crying, the jump out fails, and he'll attempt an ADS trick here on yellow.
This just gives me these kind of feedbacks of the Latam Playday that we have seen, you know, the 8 flashbangs and the 2 grenades to come in to just take care of that Jaeger playing, but Renewals still alive. Of course, not the same amount of utility use, just a couple of flashbangs and 2 grenades, but going to be able to stay active here and try to challenge to keep control, as Navi seems to be really wanting to take control of this. Nello is on the rappel. We still have someone on top floor as well. Another jump out to come in, and somehow that was not properly caught through. Kendra will get that kill, but still he managed to get the kill to saves for it.
I think they just shot one of their teammates' drones as well as it came soaring up yellow. A little bit of a reflexive shot there. And this is why this is opened up in the middle. I love to see this. Thank you so much to our observer. It's for Vito on the ACOG. He wants to challenge the B windows, and that's why he almost gets a perfect shot off onto the head. If he connects this shot, this makes this strat all worth it. Nella will take out Renaults, and this is yellow stairs control in the hands of the attackers. Vito finally does get the head of Kendra, so well done. And now it's a 3v2. Can they make their way in and get the plant down?
That's the question. Can they make their way in? Because there's still 2 members of Chaos left. They lost their 1 member on the rappel, and Yellow Stairs is slowly being held. Red Groove still has 3 canisters remaining, or 3. As 1 gets spotted, 1 passes as well. They might be able to challenge now, as they're aware of these locations of both Chaos's players. And that's just a failed jump in, but I mean, you could still repel here, and That is something we do not often see. People rappelling up right here to just get in. It's taking a lot of time right though, and it's not really working out properly for them. Vito is going to be able to pick up another kill, so they will give up on the attempt to try and rappel in, and this will cross themselves. There's a reinforced wall, and that means the diffuser is going down right next to it. Red Group has to use his smoke canisters. Will be popping one through. It's going to be dealing a lot of damage to Panics, but he's all alone right now. Na'Vi have that after plant, even though they might, well, should not have gotten it. As we're counting down right now for 35 seconds on the clock. We know that Red Group needs 7, gets Sergeant out of the way. And Na'Vi picks up. It's Panics with the final kill. Na'Vi to drop things back up right after the Rios. And that will put them onto 1-1.
I was very surprised by how long it took them to get that, obviously, the hop over onto yellow stairs into cubby. I was so concerned they couldn't sledge it open wide enough for them to get in, so they panicked and they had to run through yellow door. That was a scary situation. I was wondering if they could get the smoke off earlier, because Panics definitely wouldn't have been able to get that plant off. So really lucky there from Na'Vi, around in their pocket, even though it looked like it might go into the hands of Chaos. And now we'll see how Archives Tellers go. The split site, are they going to hold from below, given they've got a pulse, or will they do a bit of a split hold from bottom and top?
That is the question. Will this execute take place? It's always a bit tricky to see Archives and Tellers. Often you see the attacking teams wanting to go for this top one, for the Tellers. But we also basically always see that doesn't really end well for them. Often a lot of shotguns being played, and you see here on Red Groove, Renewals, there's also going to be that C4 guidance with the pulls that has one himself. And thus, I really start to wonder, might it be a better idea to just go for a horizontal take onto the Archives themselves? Yeah, they will be dug in there, but you'll not have to deal with all the verticality. That doesn't work for you if you try to get that plan down.
Well, this is the exact same strategy we saw them run on Archives Tellers last game on Consulate. They put a double castle onto the Tellers windows, and they decide to reinforce it off completely with feet holes in the northern side. So it's a very particular strategy. It's obviously harnessing the fact that they want to play vertically instead, so it delays the attackers exponentially, and it looks like the attackers want to do a top-down anyway. So if they're not fast enough with this, they'll find themselves without a lot of time, and they also need to get the hatch open as well. And given they've only got a Maverick to get it open, that's going to delay even more time.
They're going to be delaying them at least a little bit. But technically, they only need 1 or 2 hatches opened up. And while that might take them some seconds, their bigger worry is that pulse blame from below. If he catches on to the Maverick opening up, which is not unlikely, considering the fact that that barricade still goes off as he tries to go for a little bit of a headshot there. Chate. He's not going to be able to hit it. We'll still know someone is out there, but the thing I was saying is, like, they need to be careful for that pulse, especially if they want to open up the hatches that are in Visa, because that might just as well be a C4 following through. Especially that hatch. Like, don't put the breaching charge in that one. That's suicide.
Well, generally you won't see teams trying to drop it, because it is a little bit of a drop you don't want to do. It's a kill drop, essentially. You know someone's going to be watching it. So that's why they've taken top down. Exactly. So they'll want to try and take Tellers instead, and they know that someone's possibly on the flank here. You can see Saves aware that someone's around there, pops the edge up, but he's not quick enough to get the fight onto Cryan, who's going to be able to rotate back closer to Renaults. And that's okay, because they could rotate down and go through Garage and through Cafeteria as well, but Saves is absolutely set on being able to get rid of these flankers, and it means that it's delaying their time even further. No one's in bathroom, so whether or not he'll be able to catch Renaults out is a whole other story.
At least as Saves is trying to contest out on one of these players here as Kendra kills themselves with a grenade. That's absolutely wonderful to see. Not sure how it happened. Probably bounced back, maybe rubber banded, I'm not sure. Panics gets down into the Visa office as well. That really puts them into a 3-on-5 situation here. That's not in favor, but the withstand being used, meaning he has 1 HP left. Doki picks up on Red Groove. Will be rotating up upstairs as he's aware of the fact there might be another roamer live right here. We'll be able to pick up that kill as well. Ryan drops 4-3, but counting down. Grenade being tossed in to try and deal with the evil eye, but it's being caught by the ADS, and Panics will have to stop with the diffuser as he gets taken down by the C4 as well. Beautiful flick from Vito. just shot Doki to another dimension right there, and it's only up to Nello now. He needs to go for the plant, but there's going to be cameras available, unless he took him out with a sledgehammer, of course, and with 2 seconds left, there's nothing he can do. Renewals will salvage that round, will get that kill, and Chaos is going to be the ones to take the lead here after Navi just drawn it up.
What an absolute flick from the Maestro there. Wow. Broke my wrist there. I was going to ask, does he even have a hand left after he would have just thrown it off the mouse pad there? No way. Beautiful shot. And Renault says, slow down, Mr. Cool Guy. I hope he changes his name to Mr. Cool Guy too. That was beautiful. Vito's been having an absolutely smashing season. Last game on Coastline, we saw him rocking the IQ, and the amount of frags he was able to get just on his own. I mean, yeah, there was some live hot droning as well, but wow. He's been a really standout player.
He started off poorly in like the first match or two, and then after that he just completely, lived up, right? He suddenly got all these kills, the entries and everywhere, because I remember the first 1 or 2 games, he was the one that was consistently dying first, just running into side on Villa, for example, and just being shut down. But right now, he's really showing a future for his team, and I think he really found like the way he likes to play right now, where he finally got back into the rhythm. I'm not sure what it is, but he's definitely onto something here. Absolutely, and this time Sharte will take the mirror. We'll see whether or not he does a little bit more with it. Of course, I think, who was it, Renault? He was demoted. Didn't do too well on the mirror last time, so he got taken off of it, and instead this time Sharte will be the one, and they've even got a Mozzie drone as well. This is huge. I got one piece of utility there. I just got a question. Why would you place that mirror window on the garage wall onto crouch level? Why not standing? Okay, good question. My understanding is that it's meant to deny something. Whether or not it's, as they go to place the exothermic, for example, they can pop it and deny. Or it'll only allow them to get 1 panel rather than 2, because once they pop it, they have to watch the mirror window the whole time. So maybe it's to stop them getting the whole garage wall. I'm not entirely sure. There's multiple ways to analyze it. I'm afraid that if it gets opened up, it basically allows you to spot the feet of the defenders that have a little bit of an elevated level. You know where they play on, as Kryne here outplays Doki. Doki was really early into the administration office, but Kryne managed to sweep around. I know someone else is on the window here as he tries to pick some shots. Is not going to be able to hit anything onto Panix. Loses a bit of life himself, but well, as long as he's present here, he will be wasting some time, and he's in that exact angle where he cannot be shot from, as there is 2 metal bars surrounding him right there. And Chaos, as long as they manage to stall time here, that's basically a 3-on-4 on site they're dealing with.
Panix must be getting so frustrated with this. He has no idea where he's peeking. This whole talent lineup is just full of dad jokes. I can't escape it no matter where I go. Nonetheless, huge shout out to Kryne there. He's been able to waste time, get really big impactful frags throughout these multiple rounds. So he's doing quite well for Chaos, when maybe before we've criticized him quite heavily.
Actually, if we can go back to the guy that is playing like Kendrew, he is showing what my fear is. He can watch the elevated level right there. You can see Renils walk past if he's not careful enough. Wait, where did... Okay, or Renils takes the kill. Never mind. He just completely disproved my point. I was trying to make a point that Kendrew can actually look and see the feet, but apparently Renils can see the head, which is of course way better.
That's what I've been told, and...
A bait to let them look through, because they're always going to be head first as Rain comes in from above. Beautiful kill.
No one's been able to clear Kryne. That's the problem. And they just started with the vertical control, even though they know that he was upstairs. There's an air jab as well on the wall, I believe, top Visa or mid Visa. And now they've only got 20 seconds left. It's all up to Panix and saves. Of course, Panix 25 HP. He's got Diffuser in hand as well. And 5 defenders who are ready to gun. Can they deny this? Can they even get a kill as they make their way in? Presence known from the Barb, and a Maestro with the 81 bullet capacity staring back. He'll get one. No, he won't. He'll get denied. And saves can't do much. We saw him clutch on Theme Park, but not on Consulate.
With 10 seconds left in a 1-on-5 situation, I don't really think anybody would expect you to win that one unless somehow magically you either lined them all 5 up or you managed to get the diffuser down without anybody peeking you. But he was in neither position to do any of that. So 1-3, Navi and Chaos actually taking the lead right here. As Des said, the Twitter polls were actually reversed, so Navi was considered the favorite, but Chaos definitely showing some good stuff right here. And as I was worried about that mirror window, I'm starting to think right now that it's a bait where they want people to go prone and try and check it. So you just have to, you know, fire your rounds at it because all you will be able to see is a head. It's interesting.
Yeah, I'm wondering what angle Renault's had, because he was actually, when at least we saw him, he was back in cafeteria. So I don't know if he was using a laydown angle from cafeteria.
He dropped hatch and then went to pillar.
He dropped hatch.
And then dropped from the blue tarp onto the actual thing, and that's when he shot him. He did take a little bit of damage though, because like his feet were shown, but like the feet have like that 0.75 multiplier, so it doesn't really do much. So I don't know if that's the whole idea behind it. If that's the idea, I'm pretty amazed by it. But I might be over-analyzing this mirror window. I'm not sure.
Well, it's a bit of a funky one. When we see off-meta strats like this, I always like to analyze them and wonder what the intention from the team is. They may not, you know, have the outcome they're looking for, but I'm always interested in the intention by it. So I think for Chaos, they've got a good understanding of Consulate. We said last time that Consulate is a map that they're not always performed well on, but a map that they've considered themselves quite confident on. So we'll see whether or not that shines here now. And Renaults will take over the Jaeger role from Kryan, and Kryan says, I want to get the Vigil. I'm sick of being droned.
Bomb located by attackers.
Right. Not wanting to give any of the information. He already played Vigil before. I believe that was also in the top 4. When Renault swapped to the Jaeger as well to hold yellow. That's an interesting, just going for that impact right there to try and bait for a run out as Vito gets the first one onto saves. Very, well, nice troll. He took out the outside of the Consulate right there, managing to pick up the kill, and well, that's allowing him to at least start off by taking down that Nomad, which is on this map very crucial to keep the defenders inside.
Well, this is not the same Chaos we saw last time on Consulate, and I'm very happy to see that they are as confident as they're being. I think, for the most part, it has been Vito who's just been trusting his gut and making those plays that have been really handy for his team, and they don't always pay off, but so far they've paid off really well for Vito.
Definitely did, and here again, that same angle we have talked about. You see it into action, not really a kill coming out yet. I think they might be a bit afraid to peek it now, due to what happened last time around. Might be wanting to get a smoke canister out there. This time it's also 2 walls that have been completely opened up. Well, not completely, but, you know, just for that angle. The only concern I have is there's no rotation into either of those walls. If I saw that correctly. Oh, there we go. Never mind. Fixed. Problem solved. Good thinking.
Problem solved indeed, and this ACOG, this angle, I really am very happy to see it because it's one of those innovative angles, and there's another one. Quick peek through the top of the barricade there from Red Groove. Kendrew finally gets his revenge, but there's a vertical open underneath him. Is anyone there to capitalize? Crime will get Doki, and here comes the plant against the reinforcement. Surely he's waiting for cover. And of course, there's one below, but no C4 means he's a little bit useless. And he'll be able to cover the horizontal angles here whilst Kendrew gets the plant down.
Well, at least he was going to be able to at least challenge out on the support that Nella was supposed to give. And right now he finds himself in a 1-on-4. The jump out comes in from 2 sides. Actually, just one. It was Renaults that went wide throughout the actual yellow window instead of the door, avoiding the claimer due to that, picking up the kill, allowing the defuse to happen. Chaos, they will win round number 5, putting themselves 1-4 up. In favor of themselves. Navi are trailing. They need to, well, get it all together right now because, well, they definitely want to go out with a 2-4 to at least salvage a little thing. And you said it before, this map tends to be going more towards the attack side lately. It's definitely not looking like it like this.
I really feel for Navi because in their last matchup, they proved that they're a force to be reckoned with. And if they come into this matchup against Chaos, okay, maybe Chaos feel that there's a fire lit underneath them because of how poorly they've been performing recently. And they're hoping that they can boost those results. And it's good to see Renault's, Red Groove, and also Vito picking up here in this. Not just Vito, as we saw last match. And I think that's something that we could turn around to Na'Vi and say, let's wait for the second half. Maybe they'll pick things up. Could change things.
Could change things indeed. There's 1-4 right now. Going to that lobby. We haven't seen this before. No, we have not, because the other one was the archives tellers. So Cal's trying to show they can all, look, they can play all 4 sides right here. They can be victorious on all 4 sides.
Why not? I'm interested to see this setup here. We spoke about the archives tellers being a little bit unorthodox, very personalized, that particular strategy, and Red Groove will continue to make those vertical holes. Looks like an upstairs hold is going to be the preferred choice of strategy here, and that's what you'd expect from most teams who are holding lobby, because once you have top floor control as the attackers, there's not a lot the defenders can do to deny plants from above.
1-4. Can Chaos pull in another round, or is Na'Vi going to be able to strike back right now, Jess? As they're still very keen on taking this admin control, but I'm not sure. Is Crying going to be playing around here again? Is he here to try and contest? But no, he's not. He's on the yellow stairs. Doki already in. There's 3 people of Chaos on the top floor, and they have this shield set up in favor of them. Just need to be careful that none of these explosives of Na'Vi are going to be able to reach them. Not sure if the ADSs have been set up that way, because they, well, have 2 breaching rounds, 2 impacts on Zofia, and they also have 2 grenades on the likes of Sledge. So there's plenty of explosives to deal with these shields and with these players in these dug-in positions. The question is Na'Vi going to be able to use them properly, or will they be shut down right before?
Well, they've invested a lot of utility, a lot of reinforcements upstairs, so this will be the stalemate that Chaos is hoping to win. A failed C4 means that they're not going to be able to deny anyone in admin, and he'll get spotted from the rotate cut in admin as well, so he'll lose a little bit of health for that, but he'll still keep his scanner in hand, and he'll be extraordinarily handy for his teammates so that they can feed the intel as to when they're pushing, what's happening. I believe he saw a player there as well in meeting, so a missed kill, and he may have even dropped. He did.
Yeah, Renew's dropped down 1 level, knowing that this is not the side they need to defend, and any second wasted is a second wasted, but your life is still more important than that, as it allows you to be competitive later on. And Vito being blown up by a shield right there, also catching a little bit of fire. This is down to 1 HP. Doki dared to shut down Renewals. That's going to be able to shut down at least one of these roamers. Vito, however, still available, and picks up the kill to Doki as well. Shuts him down as the entry fragger gone. No longer going to be able to at least try and tear open his top floor defense that Chaos is putting down. Beautiful angle from Saves right here, something we often see from him. These flank watches, or just him running in. It's either one of the two. There's nothing in between. These last 40 seconds, Jess, is going to be a beautiful shot from Saves to start things off, and a plant from Kendrew.
Plant will go down. Smoke misses his mark completely. It will connect this time, although barely, and now it's all up to Cryan. He'll need to have a 1v3 and a perfect one at that. He's got 1. He'll need 2 more, but these post plants are almost perfect. 1 above, 1 each crossfire, both north and south. This is not something you want to go against, especially in a post plant position. You've got 20 seconds left where there's a 7-second defuse. A concussion will confirm his position. And good night, Cryan, and that is a round well needed for Na'Vi.
Well, it's not really a good night yet, Jess, because we still have another half to go before we're getting into our tiny little bets to prepare for APAC, or big bets, or king size, whatever you just prefer or have at home.
I think it's queen. I think my bed's queen size.
I didn't even know that existed.
Really? It goes single, twin, queen, king. Ha! Yeah.
All right. Learning something new every day, from saying a number to knowing the size of a bed.
Well, as we move into our 6th round, or 7th rather, we will we'll see Vito on the IQ again. The what was it? The ACOG LMG. That's what he likes to rock on IQ.
G8?
And he's rocking the G8, and I was going to say L8, and I just keep thinking, no, not the Sledge, not Sledge. G8 is the one I'm looking for.
I think it's G8 A3, but I'm not pretty. There we go.
There you
I'm
go.
not sure though.
Well, we'll see him do a lot of damage with it, because He's an absolute monster with it. But I think for Na'Vi at the moment, having won the previous round, there's going to be a lot of positive mentality. Maybe that momentum will sail them through now that they've switched the halves. They're on defense now. There's got to be a lot weighing on their mind that they know if they lose the next 2 rounds, or even 2 rounds in the coming 4 rounds, that this is going to be a bad match and force them into a draw or a loss situation.
All right. Let's see. We said it before. It might be an attack side of map nowadays, Jess, and Chaos. They find themselves with 2 rounds ahead. Will that be enough for them to close out and get that win? Remove themselves from that 9th place on the scoreboard, or is it maybe going to be turning into another draw, as they are king of draws together with G2 at this very moment in time? Stoke finds the entry into renewals.
Both teams have shown that they've got very capable Jaeger roamers. Cryan will be trying to shut down his alter ego here, and no, he won't. Doki will shut him down as well. Shows that he's just as capable on the Jaeger as Cryan had shown against them over an admin just rounds before. And now he's hoping this aggressive play that Chaos had spun against them is something he can whip back against them.
2 minutes. Na'Vi, they have the double entry to start things off. They have that 2-man advantage, and says, well, he might be the next one to get one or to be picked up. It's a bit of a standoff to come through. Vital will be peeking him and gets that kill with a G8A1. Just to start things off, just to bring it back a little bit for Chaos. Doki still upstairs, but he's not really being hunted as of yet, as Vital is unsure yet of where to go.
3v4, very doable for the attackers. They've still got hard breach as well, so nothing's lost for them. And Vito can hit heads like anyone I've ever seen, so it's looking like they want bathroom control, but they know Doki is roaming. This is exactly what Cryan had done on their defense, so they know that they need to deal with it. Otherwise, it will be a very big problem. Red Group finally evens the man count onto Panics. A beautiful repel there to get that kill, and
such a dirty
one of their
angle.
smoke babes. It was, and he did try and smoke the window to stop him from repelling in, so he died deploying that utility, and we always say utility first, and there's the problem. Doki again, Nello with the C4. It's all up to Vito. Can he do it?
Well, he would at least get a bait out with that breaching charge. He's going to be able to at least divert the attention of the defenders into a different side of the map. He's trying to find himself a Doki, a wild Doki that is roaming around the likes of Visa. And it stares. Vito, he knows that he needs to push through, but, well, there is some reinforced barricaded doors. Gets one, knows the second one is around here. Goes for a little bit of a pre-fire, but won't be able to find anyone as of yet. He's low HP as well. He's facing a shotgun and an Alda. Both these weapons are really not in favor of him. All they have to do is just literally sneeze on him. With the last 10 seconds left, he's using every single bullet available in that magazine. And as he swaps over to the pistol, it's Kenru to, well, swing out wide. Get the kill with the Alda. Well, we're having another soundboat to come in. Lucky.
We are going to actually analyze the match, I promise.
Okay, this time we will.
No more English
gonna crack a
lessons,
dead
no more
joke
German
down.
lessons.
In between
Okay.
somewhere. I'm not telling you.
Do you have it ready? Okay,
No, it
I'll just be
comes up. It
unprepared
just
for it
pops
as
up,
usual.
right? It's a natural thing. I don't have a dictionary, you know, like Des has. I don't know how he does it, but he's
I'm pretty sure he's just ready to be a dad. I think that's really it. But this match thus far, been very impressed from Chaos, but also impressed that Na'Vi have been able to bring a little bit more momentum back into the swing of things. I think that's something they were lacking in the first few rounds. So at least for Na'Vi, they're showing that they can fire back in almost the exact same fashion that we saw Chaos on defense.
Yeah, definitely Chaos. Their defense was going quite strong, you can say. They managed to shut down Na'Vi a couple of times right there. And yes, Na'Vi still managed to get 2 rounds out of it, which is, well, this is the normal scoreline we will be talking about in the competitive siege, right? 2-4 at the half in favor of the defense. Lately, however, it happens often the other way around, or just the 3-3 split. But let's see, yeah, well, Na'Vi, they just got their first round in as well, so they're starting off strong. Let's see if they can keep the momentum. I think that's an important thing. Or if after this rehost, it's going to be Chaos again to instantly strike back like they did the last time around.
I think it's a little bit ironic as well. I mean, we saw how detrimental crime was when he was just allowed to lurk around the top floor all on his lonesome. I mean, there was guys like Doki himself, panics, they couldn't deal with him. They also misdroned him multiple times, which I thought was funny. Now that things have swapped, the halves have swapped, now it's Doki who's running around on the Jaeger and giving Chaos pain. So it's almost like a taste of their own medicine kind of situation.
How the tables have turned, as people would say.
How the tables have tabled.
How the tables have tabled? What's this one? Is this
It's a meme from somewhere, and I don't know where the meme comes from, but people say it to me and I giggle because it's obviously ridiculous.
There's also the tables turn, or how the table turns or something, like people that, I don't know, it's
yeah, that's the exact saying.
Yeah. I don't know, well, but yeah, no, the thing is, we didn't see that much Amaru coming in, and Amaru has actually been a pretty key operator for this map lately, so why would you think that is? Is that just by Na'Vi deciding that other things would be more beneficial for them, or just not feeling confident on it?
I think there's two ways to explain it, or two practical analysis pieces that I can pull out from that decision. One is people have been reinforcing the hatch recently to counter it. You know, teams like Na'Vi will bring in Amaru, so why not just move one reinforcement to the hatch? We saw it in the first half. Hatch was reinforced in the top floor. Makes sense. Number two, maybe it's because these teams aren't sure, especially on the first round of each half, which site the players are going to go, because Mirror's in play, so it makes downstairs a little bit more viable as well. So could be both, could be a mixture, or could just be one of either.
All right, well, like, I'm just wondering whether or not we're going to be seeing that Amaru play coming in from Chaos right now, because I mean, it's a G8A1, and we know Vito does pretty good stuff with the G8A1, so I mean, it wouldn't be too crazy to think that he could be going on the Amaru, maybe go for some quick entry frags, or try to push through the side instantly, maybe, you know, put up that aggression a little bit to do it Na'Vi better, especially when they're on that top floor. But, like, is Chaos capable of using that flexibility, or are they going to be sticking with their normal 6-7 operators that they bring?
Yeah, they're really, I guess, monotonous with the way that they use operators. And like Vito, if he wanted the G8 so bad with the ACOG, he could also pick Amaru. I mean, the option is there for him to be able to use other operators with the same weaponry. So if it was the weaponry he was so focused on, then he could just go with Amaru. I don't know whether or not that's something he's interested in. Maybe the cassette in his back pocket, which is the gadget for IQ, is something that he's more comfortable using. But I haven't seen him use it that much.
The thing is, Echo's banned. We don't see the Valkyrie being played either right now. You cannot see the Evil Eyes. So, I mean, there's really not that much you can spot out with the cassette threat. And yes, we can still spot out Bandit, Electro Claws, ADSs, Mute Jammers, every single electronic. And you can still shoot them from below, but it's just not as important as it would be to use it against Black Eyes or against these yokai drones. So because of that, you see a lot less IQ coming out lately. So really, yes, indeed, if you want that G8A1, you could just as well go Amaru, especially on a map like Consulate. If they go upstairs, would be a good pick in my opinion.
Yeah, of course. Now, we're just waiting for a couple of the players to get back in the lobby. That's why, unfortunately, you're having to listen to us drag out some analysis. But the match so far here on Consulate between Na'Vi and Chaos has been an excellent one. Chaos proving that they're not really a bottom-tier team as we would expect them to be on the rankings thus far. And if you're just joining in, well, of course, EUL, we've been going for a few weeks now. And I mean, if you're watching APAC North as well, that's going to be on tomorrow. So that's also an important one to get involved with. But looks like we're back.
We are all good in the hood, as Doki just said. Getting right back into it. Into the match, 3-4 currently. Chaos is leading. As the Twitter poll said, it was about an 80% chance of Na'Vi winning. Of course, you know, that might be a bit confusing because it showed differently on stream, but the actual Twitter polls say 80% for Na'Vi. So Na'Vi have some stuff to make up here. They need to show why they are the clear favorites. They need to put Chaos back in their place, back in their seat. Or otherwise, Chaos is going to be able to run away with these 3 points. Or, well, even just one would be already a good start for them. And yes, it would be a draw again. Would it be their 4th one of this season? Yes. In how many match days they've had? 6. So it would be pretty impressive if they drew. But they really do need the points as they're currently in 9th place. Just 1 point ahead of Secret.
Well, unfortunately, Both Chaos and Secret have had a bit of a disappointing season so far, but of course, with the new format, they've got multiple stages throughout the year to be able to redeem themselves. And as we continue here on Consulate, it's almost like a mirror image. We're seeing a vigil being run on Kendra this time, and Doki's deciding to run the ACOG, and he'll kick it off with the spawn peak. No one will be able to collect those bullets because I don't think they spawned there. They did, and look, they all waited it out. That was really smart. They had drones outside to spot that out, so good patience from Chaos.
10 seconds and you save a life, basically.
Why not? I'd trade 10 seconds for a life.
I'd trade 10 seconds for a life as well. Especially if you can use it to actually put some pressure onto these yellow stairs later on. Is that 3 ADSs? That's 3 ADSs. I'm going to be wasting every single one of them. Completely. Is there a mine on the board? No, there's not a mine on the board because it got banned down. Vito gets the entry onto Nello as they used 6 throwables to get rid of every single ADS on those stairs. Grenade now tossing into the bathroom. Will not be able to find anybody as of yet, but Chaos, they get themselves a good entry. That will definitely help them a long way for this attack onto the console meeting.
Getting yellow stairs so quick as well has been something that Chaos has shown that they're very skilled with, and I think that's something to praise them for because getting yellow stairs control can be quite difficult and take up a lot of the rounds, so good time management there from them, and now they have a lot longer to be able to work out if there's any C4s below, if they can get the plant off, and air jabs are in place as well, and this angle that Kendra has below, it allows him to see the upside down rappel of the window, so whether or not he'll have any damage from there. No air jab on the lobby? Fatal mistake.
That should be there. That's the reason why you even bring the Nomad. You air jab. Did he miss? Yes, he did. All
he
right.
missed him.
Well, I mean, they also missed an air jab, and right now, Grenade Renewal's coming in. We'll be able to take down Penix. Gonna be at least putting the advantage back into Chaos their hands, but it's gonna be Vito that's down with the G8A1. Shattered now. Getting quite some damage done onto him as well. Not sure if there was a C4 and an impact grenade flying at him because it definitely heard an explosive right before that damage came through. Maybe a bit an impact from saves as he doesn't have any left, and Shatter response gets that kill, gets that one tap, and suddenly Chaos, they just clean it all up. Redgrave gets a one tap onto Doki, and Crying just holds the angle, waits for someone, for the roamer below to show his face. There's the Vigil, and he will be taking him out, and that means Chaos will be finding themselves yet another round, putting the round advantage back to 2.
Well, this is definitely in the favor of Chaos now. We said how Consulate has been a little bit attacker-sided over the recent Playdays, and Chaos is showing that that definitely favors them now in this second half. They only need one more round to secure at least a draw and 2 to secure 3 points, and they desperately need those points. They're sitting almost at the bottom of the rankings, the bottom of the leaderboard, and if they get this win, this could propel them up exponentially. So I think Chaos are feeling really hyped up now.
Chaos, they definitely should feel hyped up here. They are only 2 rounds away from grabbing a full 3 points, and well, that would actually put them onto the 8th place, as that would put them 1 point above Team Empire, who lost 7-3 today against Vitality.
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
Well, that would be more than welcome. But that would also put Empire into the possible relegation space, and it's not really where people would expect them to be, especially not after their strong start against VP with a 7-1.
Well, good replay there, showing how a lack of air jab means that plays like this can happen, and Kendra took full advantage of that. And now it's going to be a lobby hold, and interestingly enough, I think I saw the Hatchin meeting reinforced.
Let's see.
Is that correct?
Medics, show us. Oh. Okay.
What?
There was no shield around it to support it, right? I don't think there was, because otherwise it would be making a bit of sense, maybe. But no, that's just purely to possibly stop an Amaru. It's also the other hatch reinforced. Oh wait, but they're down here. This is strange, because normally we'd be playing upstairs, right? You would have these hatches open for rotations or to hold angles. So I'm really confused right now why a reinforcement has been used on that hatch.
I mean, the huge downfall of reinforcing that hatch is all you need is one person to repel on the meeting windows, go in for a plant, and someone to hold the angle from I mean, just outside onto the bathroom angle, and you can get a plant down. The only thing to deny it is the pulse underneath downstairs in Archives, who's going to pop a C4 through the hatch, and that's really the only denial.
Yeah, because right now you're missing mostly verticality onto that main door. So I'm really excited to see what Na'Vi is going to be able to bring right here to show that they still have plenty of denial available to them. That shotgun right there will be used to open up an angle onto that window. As someone is above that, C4 gets tossed through. That's why the angle is being opened up by Nello with that shotgun. But that also means that the C4 of Kendra is gone. Of course, Nello still has one left, and they might be able to guide each other right here. As Kendra will be on that cardiac sensor to make sure that that C4 will find its right target. It's at least a confirmed kill to start things off with. Chaos, at least one man down to go for this final execute anytime soon right now. As the throwables are streaming in right here, trying to waste all the ADSs. They need to get these grenades into the right positions. And Nello, he's just patiently waiting right here as Renewals also finds his demise.
They've actually started pinging the hatch towards Archives as they make the assumption there's going to be a C4 raining up. Vito will get panics, and that's the Maestro with the evil eyes, but surely another player can watch that instead, or he can watch it dead and provide comms. Doki's still above, and he could go to the vertical holes, but Vito's above, so that's going to be impossible. And now, if they can get this pick and get the plant off, this could be absolutely huge. Vito knows that someone's upstairs with him, and the last smoke will rain out and saves, gets Red Groove, and it's all up to Vito and Cryan now. Two of the gunners, they know exactly where the Jaeger is, and oh no, there's a teammate who's run upstairs. Cryan gets saves. 1v3, can he do it? 15 seconds left.
15 seconds left. Cryan is finding himself into an almost impossible situation here, but he's trying to make his comeback after a disappointing start at the start of the season. He definitely seems to be showing up a bit more this week. He's starting to go down for the plant, but Kendra is above, has that vertical angle, and will be able to take him out. It's going to be Na'Vi that will take him, and here you see it. Just a pulse sensor. We'll be able to spot him. Gets the kill as well. And some of the viewers might be a bit confused as you didn't see anything in that replay, but that's because, you know, the entity was dead and the replay doesn't take that into account. So he was there on his actual cardiac sensor. Anyway, cafeteria garage. It's also, okay, so it's also often the reason why you see certain walls being breached whilst they weren't breached when the actual play came through. It's because it's basically being replayed on how the map ended. It's a little detail which is really amazing to me, but I'm nerding out here. Help me, Jess.
I'm letting you have the platform, dude. I love nerding out myself, and you should be able to let it out whenever you need to, but this is good. We're seeing Na'Vi come back, and I'm pretty sure the UK fans, or any of Na'Vi fans, of course, we saw such a heavy social poll which was weighted towards them. They're going to be sitting here going, come on, Na'Vi, 2 more rounds, you put yourself in an absolute guaranteed 1-point position. 3 more rounds, and you've clocked the win. However, they've got to win the next 3 consecutively, which is a hard feat given how well we've seen Chaos do on both defense and attack now.
It's definitely a hard thing, but we got to keep in mind that Chaos only managed to win 1 round so far. Jess and Na'Vi, they have picked up 2 in this half, so the odds are in their favor. Just need to keep up their good work right now and completely swing that momentum around and try to cripple Chaos. Well, how do you do that? How do you cripple Chaos? How do you cripple the Ouroboros? Well, maybe by a spawn peek, maybe by being even more aggressive like we have seen before. If the air jabs are not placed into the proper positions, I'll try and contest them as long as possible on this top floor as they want to go for a top floor clear. Definitely do not want to give them an opening, because as soon as they have that one, they will be using it until its full extent.
Oh no. They're coming up against an admin defense, and actually it really wasn't. It was just Doki who was firing some shots out towards Cryan and got a lot of his health. So the fact that Doki's allowed to roam like this solo and not be punished for it shows that there's a little bit of miscommunication in the roam clearing here, and it's not between Cryan and Renaults, for example. I'm wondering whether or not the support players, of which there really isn't any but Red Groove, could just drone out, maybe focus on droning out those roamers. And oh, Vito catches Doki. Yeah, there we go. But better droning from Chaos could speed these things up, because almost half the round has elapsed, and I thought he wouldn't lose that.
I thought he wouldn't lose that either, but the shield was there to support Panics. That made sure that the head wasn't hit, because if that shield wasn't there, that would have been definitely the kill to come down from Vito. Well, at least they had the opening. They cleared out Doki as one of their roamers, and I believe that the player in bathroom just rotated down as well. As he's actually still on that hatch. Has the opportunity to drop down any second now, as... No, they did already. Okay, so 4 people left on side of Na'Vi. Chaos, you have 1 minute 15 left. You need to get everything opened up that you need to get opened up, because otherwise you're not going to have enough time to actually go for your execute, and that's exactly what Red Groove wants to do right here. Has 3 sets of X-Kairos left. He needs to place them down, but he's still afraid of potentially either Mute Jammers to be around, or maybe a Bennett or a Kai to be present on the board. We just come through. 50 seconds left. We're slowly counting down.
Kendrick's playing a really aggressive angle here. He'll get flashed, but I don't think they know that this is the position he's playing. He's not going to be on his evil eyes, but maybe it's one of his teammates of Doki who's already dead, and 35 seconds left. That means they're going to have to get the perfect execute, and that's going to be denied by Kendrew, but he'll get it traded very quickly by Shate. Smokes will rain out, and this is perfect. If he has more, he can deny this for even longer.
He still has 1 left that he can use, and also a bullet hole right here being utilized by Saves. If they extend a little bit too much beside that white fence, they will be picked up, as you see right here, perfectly portrayed. And that means it's a 2-on-1 situation now. Crime in a 1-on-2 situation with 5 seconds left. Are you going to be able to find anybody? No, he's not. He got shut down by Panics with the SMG. And that means Na'Vi, they will be tying things up. It will be 5-5, and that means it's in anyone's ball game right now, but it's Na'Vi that's definitely onto that defense side, which is favored so far this match.
Well, now it's all tied up, and I think Chaos were not expecting this. I didn't think that we would be seeing this particular scoreline, given how confident Chaos looked, but Na'Vi showing that they can come back in swift fashion. You can see the scoreboard post-rehost. Kendrew showing that he's standing up for his team quite well. And although Doki hasn't been able to get any frags, those assists that you're seeing there have been quite impactful. He's wasted a lot of time on the board and stopped the attackers from being able to do their job effectively, and given Na'Vi the leg up on a lot of these defensive rounds.
Attackers need to locate and
Na'Vi, I think I really start believing right now that they might be able to clutch it out, even though that first half was so heavily favored into the likes of Chaos. I just hope for them that they might be able to at least get 1 point out of it, and that means that they need to get just one round in the next 2. Of course, we'd like to see them win, as that would put Empire down onto that 9th spot. It's something different to say the least. Something we would not expect at the start of the season. Here you see again that bullet hole coming into play. Saves able to drop that diffuser. And that smoke canister that has been tossed down earlier by Na'Vi basically forced them to play on that right side, or, well, let's just say southern side, because it really depends on where you're looking from that white van. And that basically played right into the bullet hole that Saves was using. That's a spawn peak to come in. Vita taking a lot of damage. Nello just a little bit, but just a single stim. Heals him back up to full.
That's hugely impactful. It doesn't look like it because Vito walks away with his life, but as you said, the Doc will get to go back to full health completely, and Vito will play the rest of this round with less than 50 HP, which is quite a lot. That's only 1 or 2 bullets before he'll go down completely. Flash will dissuade Nello from peeking anymore, and now Saves. He's got the Clash. We saw Kendrew use the Clash to full effectiveness on Cafe. Now it's Saves go.
So he's using that Clash. It's definitely going to be annoying the likes of Chaos, and if you're looking at the utility they have to get rid of him, well, they either have to perfectly angle a grenade, get a crossfire up, or actually use that air jab into good extent. As Saves will be dropping through the hatch that just got opened up by Panics. We'll be going on a little stroll up to these yellow stairs. Not sure why he did it the way he did. Not just rotate from top, but is he going to... You know where you're going for a run out with the Clash, dude. It would be too ballsy if you do that. There's no one even on the windows here, so there would be no reason for him to run out from to start off with, but he's at least preparing it. And it's Vito. Oh wait, that's a reinforced wall. Never mind. I thought he was missing out on a kill right there, but it's just all no panics yet.
Well, more than half the round has elapsed, and Chaos does have control of admin, but They're only now getting control of meeting, and it looks like they want to do a meeting plant. With the clash on board, however, and not much of the utility in hand, Capital's banned, and they don't have a Zofia either, so they're going to struggle here with the clash. They could bring a grenade underneath, and unfortunately, they're going to be met with Doki below, so if they do decide to do that, that's going to be heavily detrimental. Red Groove knows that he can't get the plant off when there's going to be a clash staring straight at him, and now this has denied them a lot of time that they needed to get this execute going.
I like these angles right here, right? They're going to be able to at least watch some bit of it, as Nella will be getting a kill to Vita to start things off with. Not sure if that was the actual rappel to come down. It was putting down some suppressive fire into the player connector. Grind gets the feet. Will be able to do a lot of damage into saves, but not enough to just kill him yet. And as I was thinking before, this clash might be making sure that they do not have enough time to go for an execute eventually, because they just simply cannot get the control. It's a one-on-one trade to come through, as Renils and Kendra will be taking each other out, and suddenly Chaos, they're snapping their fingers right here. Red Groove able to go down with a plant. Panics need to move in, but as soon as he does, it's being taken out by Crying. The plant goes down. It's Chaos to win the round, and that means they will be securing themselves at least 1 point to start off with and have the opportunity to get it up the tree right now.
Saves turning around to look at Spiral Stairs and bearing his back to Visa Stairs was the fatal mistake there. Had the clash still been alive, he may have been able to aggress upon the planter and allow the ACOG to at least have some intel to deny the plant, but it just wasn't to be. And as you said, Chaos, 6 rounds. They're one full round away from being able to get a full 3 points, and as you said, that would knock Team Empire down, but this is also very crucial for Na'Vi. If they can get 1 more point, that's better than none at all, and they're going to defend lobby and press room again to do it. And we'll see whether or not that works out for them, given they've got and it's not really a questionable strat hap. I think it's just a different version of a strategy in a meta we already know.
It definitely seems to be. Back in here in the lobby, in the press. Let's see if that hatch gets reinforced yet again. I think it will be. So I already saw someone just rushing up upstairs. Of course, that is also to just set up these rotations and stuff. There we go. Kendra again, reinforcing the hatch. Now we might, like, do you know why this is? Because I just feel stupid right now, knowing, like, not knowing what it's for.
Generally, once the attackers take meeting control, that hatch becomes far more useful for them because it cuts the anti-chamber angle off completely. Well, not the angle, rather the ability to rotate in and deny the plant. So I think what they're hoping for is that their vertical holes that they'll start to make, and you'll see Panics with the Bailiff, he'll start to make some as well above, are better for them. And then if they lose control of that, that's okay because, I mean, there's no hatch open, so they're safer.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. They might just be relying on the fact that they know they will lose top floor control early on. Something like that. That might just be their intention for it. Like, we will play it, but just to waste time, but we will be dropping back. We're not going to be defending it with, well, with our ease and everything like that. So as soon as we get a little bit of pressure, just drop back. They can have it. But by reinforcing that, you will force them to use one of their X-Kairos on it. Now, I don't think that's too big of an issue, because where else are you going to be using your X-Kairos? Probably to open up some angles into that bathroom, but nothing really more than that. So they have the utility available to deal with that hatch. But I think that's the only reason, like, why that will be reinforced, because they're intending on abandoning top floor.
We've got a Go-Yo shield and an ADS to protect it here, so that's a bit of investment into connector, and they're also holding further back as well above A bomb side, and that will give them a good indication if anyone pushes piano, but no one will. And well, now they don't have a clash to go up against, and whether or not the defenders of Na'Vi really even needed it, I'm not entirely sure, but we've got Kenju on the Vector. I don't think it's the best weapon to be peeking Spiral Stairs all the way to lobby door with, but he's going to give it a go anyway, and he'll move up closer, which will give him a better vantage point.
He's going to be able to play around right there, just only showing his head, and he has that RPM machine of the Vector with that suppressor on it. Of course, been many talks about that one, but the suppressor actually helps a lot of guns with the recoil, so that might be the reason why it's on the Vector as well. Haven't tested it myself yet. I think that would be the reason why. Kendra right now as well, behind that shield. It's going to be... We'll be trying to challenge Red Groove if you would like to go for a plant. And well, as long as Chaos do not have this top floor control, there's nowhere they can really go. They cannot really go and push a plant because they need that top floor control first to make sure they don't get these verticals, or rather, create them verticals themselves.
Drop the bomb diffuser.
Diffuser denied. There we go. Kendrew coming in strong with that Vector, and Red Groove will go down. They've still got a lot of time to salvage this, but Kendrew says no. He'll get 2 and get 3. C4, does that confirm it? Yes, it does. Now it's all up to Vito. Can they do this? This is surely going to be a draw now. He's got 30 seconds left. He'll come storming in. If there's ever a man to do it, it's Vito with the ACOG G8. He's hoping to see heads. He won't even get 1. And that's a GG for both teams, and they're going to be walking away, both licking their wounds, as they'll only get 1 point apiece.
They only get 1 point apiece indeed, and I was going to say they surely cannot go for a plants right here, right? Because they do not have any control. There's so much stall available, but it's exactly what Chaos did. They tried to force the plant down, and well, that basically backfired on them. Instantly dropped down that diffuser, and Kendrew able to follow up with another 3 amazing kills on that one, or 3 amazing kills to follow up on that one. But that was it for us tonight. We're at least going to be throwing it back to our analysts just for a small bit so they can analyze this banger of a match, which turned out to be 6-6, completely beat every single expectation.
Dankjewel. Thank you so much, Hap.